Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today we are doing a transformation video, a before and after, and a bit of a get ready with me. I am getting ready today to go to my brother and sister-in-law's co-ed baby shower, and yeah, I just figured I would show you what products I'm using lately. I haven't really talked about what I've been just using in general off camera lately, and just want to hang out and catch up. So if that sounds good to you, just keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, if you haven't already, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I upload videos twice a week. It's totally free to subscribe, and I would love to have you back again on the channel. I enjoy so much chatting with you guys in the comments. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so I know that you want more content like this. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in and we're gonna get into pre-transformation. All right, so the hair is clawed back, and we're gonna start with the e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams Poreless Putty Primer. This is like the OG but cookies and cream scent. I have this for a long time, years now at this point, and it just really helps to smooth out, hydrate, fill in my pores, all the things I want from a primer. So we're starting with that. So how is everyone doing? It's been, I think, maybe 2 or 3 months since we did kind of a get ready with me check-in chit chat. I've been busier now that school has started. If you are new, I am a public school teacher. I teach choir full-time for my school. But it's been good busy, you know, not like stressful busy. I made some changes this year and I'm doing less activities outside of school. At the end of last year, decided like last year was very hectic and stressful and not good for me personally, and if I was going to be able to have any chance of teaching and not being miserable going forward, I needed to kind of restructure how much I was doing, when I was doing it, and just like work-life balance, you know? So for the first time in 10 years, there are some after-school activities I'm not doing at all. There's one that I'm like just kind of restructuring, getting an assistant to work with me or co-do it with me. I shouldn't say assistant, you know, a co-director type thing, so that it's just a little less. It's just a little less for me, and it's been really, really good so far. I've still been busy, but I haven't felt like I was constantly overwhelmed and drowning like last year. And it's just been really nice to have a little extra time for me, my life, my family. Like last night, for example, normally I would have been on a Saturday night out of town with the marching band at a festival, like helping to run the percussion section. But since I'm not doing that this year, that's one of the things I cut back on and just felt like I need to let something go. Instead, I was helping my brother and sister-in-law set up for their baby shower today. That's what I'm getting ready for. So I really enjoy being busy and doing things, but that kind of activity is fun for me because I'm like helping someone else. You know, it's not like, well, it's just not as much pressure somehow if it's in my free time for me and, you know, not work related. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I feel way less stressed and overwhelmed and happy so far. I just went in with the Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator for my base, and I'm going to use the Tarte Creamy Ultra Shape Tape Concealer in shade Fair Neutral. Now I'm going to use my Larley Los Angeles L29 brush and my NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade in shade, ooh, almost dropped it, in shade Brunette. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with me the last couple months or so. I think my last Get Ready With Me, I was talking about some wedding planning, my bachelorette party. We did that. It was really, really fun. All of my friends got along well. It's really weird having all these people from different avenues of your life together at the same time. And I realized that a lot of my friends have things in common with each other that I never put 2 and 2 together. Like almost all of them are dating, engaged, or married to a man that plays disc golf. Like weird things like that that I didn't even realize that they all had in common, but they do. So apparently I have a type when it comes to my friends. Since then, Wesley and I and our family have had our tasting with the caterers, and that went really well. That's all booked and done. We've got our engagement photo session set up. That's going to be happening next month in October. Let me know if you've ever done an engagement photo session. What did you wear? I have no idea what to wear. My photographer suggested basics, or like something that's not too busy of a pattern. It's going to be in October, so where I live, it's going to be like fall leaves changing colors, you know, like oranges, yellows. We're gonna do it at a place that has like lots of forests and bridges and things like that. So I'm kind of thinking something autumn color wise, but I can't figure out what to wear. So what did you wear for your engagement session? If you've had one, please let me know in the comments. And then later this week, I'm trying to get it so that I can figure out desserts, because we still don't have a cake. And I actually personally, I'm not really a cake fan. So what I want to do is have cheesecake. Now, it's really expensive to get like a tiered actual wedding cake made of cheesecake, so we're not going to go that route. What I'm hoping to do is have like one big, real, like full-size cheesecake as the top tier, and that would be the one that Wes and I would cut at our wedding, and then, you know, we'd like take the pieces and freeze for a year, and the whole traditional thing. And then get one of those, like their square wooden tiers. I'll see if I can insert a picture here so you kind of see what I'm talking about. And there is this person that my dad found that they do, it looks like cupcakes, but they're like individual cheesecakes for your guests, and put those on the other tiers underneath the top tier that we would cut. So I think I'm going to do something like that. I know it's not like the most traditional and it might not be your vibes, but I like the look of a tiered traditional wedding cake, but I just don't really like cake, and I don't want to spend all that money for something I don't even like, if that makes sense. So I think that's what route we're going to go, but we haven't like met with or tasted the stuff yet from the place I've been looking at near me. So I'm hoping to do that this week and have dessert crossed off the list. We also already picked out like colors. We're gonna go with sage green with some pops of blush. So the bridesmaids dresses aren't ordered, but I've picked like the shade and company and everything, and they're just gonna do like all their own styles in that same color. My dress has already been ordered and just needs some alterations, and we're getting closer. We really are. I think we just have like the DJ and invitations and some things like that I need to square away, but it's not till the end of next June, so I have some time. I just blended out my concealer with a Real Techniques 210 brush, and then I just used a little translucent Coty Airspun to set it all into place so it doesn't move around. And now I'm going to take my Midas Cosmetics bronzing brush. This is a 1127 brush, and I'm just going in with the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer. We're trying to make progress, guys. Not trying. We are making progress. I'm scraping it, right? But even though this looks like there's not much left, I'm sure this is going to last me like another month, even if I use it like every day. Product just lasts so long. It wasn't until I started trying to keep track of my inventory and like kind of reduce my collection that I realized just how much time and how many uses it takes to make a dent in things. I've done decent with my low buy this year, but I've definitely fallen off the wagon a couple times. I filmed a low buy breakage like haul I think a month or two ago. I'll leave that linked if you haven't seen it, because I just love indie brands so much, guys, and they have been releasing so much good stuff lately. It's been hard to ignore, and I've made quite a few purchases this month too, more than my two, not like crazy amount, but more than my two I was supposed to allot myself per month. And part of me is like, I need to do better, but part of me is also like, but the Labor Day sales. That's truly what put me over, is that there were some, what I felt like were really decent Labor Day sales. I'm going to be wearing today from Melt the Johnny Half Lashes. I've been loving them. I've worn them so many times since I've gotten them, and Melt had a sale to where the lashes were only $6 and free shipping. So it was stuff like that that got me. But you know, it is what it is. I think somebody commented in that last haul video I did and said, you know, just try to do better next month, or buy nothing next month, or like just at least get back on track. You know, it's that mentality that just because you fell off the wagon doesn't mean like, well, I'm off the wagon now, so might as well not even try. No, you got get back on it, like do your best. Just because you fell off doesn't mean you can't get back to it and keep trying. So I appreciated that comment because it's a true statement. What have we done? Okay, so I just primed my eyelids with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. And what do I want to do next? I think I want to do some blush. I've really been loving this Unearthly Cosmetics blush palette. I don't think you can get it now. It was in their Valentine's Day mystery box quite a while back, but this is a glowing blush palette. This formula is so, so nice. If you can't get this and you want like a similar formula, it's not exactly the same, I'm not gonna lie, but the glowy blushes from Adept Cosmetics are really good too. This is the Valentina. It's not the same shades, but it's a similar vibe as far as the glowy blush thing goes. So that could be good for you if you're looking for something in that vein. Luscious has been my favorite color lately. I think I'm actually gonna go with Passionate today. I'm using a Rephr 4 brush for this. It is so pretty, and it really does not take much at all. They're really pigmented. So yeah, guys, that is what is up in life for me lately. Gonna be a busy fall coming up here too, because between work and one of my very best friends is getting married next month. Of course, we're having, like I said, the baby shower today, so I'm gonna be an aunt fairly soon in the next month, 5, 6-ish weeks, depending on when it decides to come. We don't know what it is yet, like boy or girl, we don't know, but I have had Jenny on my channel. If you haven't seen the video, I'll leave that linked. I did her makeup for her maternity shoot, and that was super fun. And yeah, there's a couple things like my grandparents' 60th wedding anniversary coming up. That's just baffles my mind, is amazing to me, that I'm looking really forward to celebrating. And like I said, I'm really happy I have just a good, or I feel like so far a better work-life balance so that I can enjoy some of those things that are happening in my personal life. All right, it's a special occasion today, so you know I have to bust out the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palettes. This is one of my go-to glam palettes, and it's one of, in my opinion, the best basics palettes. I'll leave linked my top 10 best neutral palettes video if you haven't seen that. It is a good one, and it's got some amazing neutrals in it if that's what you're looking for. And I've done a lot of colorful stuff on my channel lately, so we're going neutral. Here is the palette if you have not seen it yet. It is just divine when it comes to the shimmers. The mattes are lovely as well. So I'm gonna go in with Barely There on an Ace Beauté P1 brush and just put that into my crease. In fact, let me zoom you in a bit now that we're on the eyes so you can actually see what I'm doing here, in case you have this palette, or maybe you want to look in your collection and see like, okay, I have a light brown that's close to that I can somewhat dupe it out and get similar vibes. I do that all the time, just get inspiration from like a color story that's close to something somebody else did, right? Or like the placements of things, just to inspire myself, because I do sometimes get into like a rut of doing the same thing over and over. And it's fun sometimes to do something that you're like, ooh, I bet I could do something close to that or modify it so it works for me and it would look really good. Next, I'm going to go in with my Morphe JS6, and I am going to go in with Disrobe, which is this dark, kind of warm, I think, chocolatey brown. It's not like overly warm, but it's also not cool toned for sure. A little something like this, and then I'm just gonna go back in with that first brush no additional product, and make sure the ends are nice and blended. I'm super excited to give Jenny and Corey the gifts that I bought today. They registered on like an Amazon wish list, but there was one thing in particular that I was like, it has to be from me. No one else can buy that. I have to be the one to give them that. And it is a Nightmare Before Christmas Jack Skellington outfit. If you do not know, I am 100% a Nightmare Before Christmas girly. Like, before I got old enough to realize and fully comprehend that I personally don't at this time want to have my own kids, I would, when I was younger, think like I would name my kid Jack because of Jack Skellington. That's how much I was into it. I just love it. And I really just love anything like Halloween. I love the like mysterious, otherworldly nature to things. Don't get me wrong, I'm not like about the Ouija boards and stuff like that. I do draw a line, but I described it to somebody recently as like the curiosity I have about like ghosts and things like that is kind of similar to how I feel about aliens, if that makes any sense. And my family knows that I love that kind of stuff. In fact, my sister-in-law is due early November, and I keep saying like, nope, it's gonna be a Halloween baby. It's gonna be born on Halloween. I'm just manifesting that. And honestly, like, obviously, hopefully it's obvious, whenever it's born, it's born. I really don't like care that deeply that I'm like obsessed with it or like pushing about it. It's just kind of like a fun thing I've been saying because I do love Halloween so much, and that would just be fun. But you know, it's gonna come whenever it feels like it. That's just what happens. I'm just using a flat like Cleona brush, and I use Nearly Natural, this shimmer on the lid right here, and I took it mostly all of the way, but not like fully into the like inner corner and stuff, because I'm actually gonna go with Naked Eye. Hopefully you can see it's a little bit of a different tone than this one. It's a little lighter, and I think Nearly Natural, I think it's a little more pinky hued, and this one's more of a champagne. So I'm going to take that one in the very inner portion of the eye, and then that's also the one that is going to go on the inner corner. And for the inner corner, I'm going to use my Ace Beauté P4 little brush here. I'm not using a glitter primer with these because I really think they are emollient enough, like the formula, that they stick fine to the eyelid without. And I've never had any issues with like fallout or them giving me glitter all over my face the way I have with some other shimmers. And they haven't creased on me after long-term wear, so we should be good. I think that's gonna be it for the eyes. It's pretty simple, but I kind of want something basic but glamorous for today's event. So now I'm gonna do, I think, some liquid eyeliner and mascara and lashes, and I'll be back to show you like the lashes and lip and stuff, but I gotta get real close up for my mirror for this liquid liner. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in dark brown. I really don't like this, you guys. I feel like I don't get enough control with the brush. So sometimes my liner ends up being kind of wonky with this. So specifically, I mean, always I need to be close to my mirror for my liner, but especially since I'm using this one right now, this is what I'm down to because I've used up other stuff in my collection. I gotta focus and I can't talk for a sec, so I'll be back. Alright, so I want to show you the difference between one lash on and off. So here is just mascara, and I pulled out my current favorite since it's a special occasion. This is the KVD Go Big or Go Home mascara, and here is one Melt Johnny Half Lash on versus without. It's a subtle difference, but it just gives a little flare. Here's the lash. It just gives like a little flare on the outer corner that I think helps to lift the eye, which I really like the look of that. And I just put it on my fingers like this, and I just kind of press them together with my natural lashes so that they blend as much as possible. And I do use a lash curler before I apply those. And so this is what it looks like with everything on. Now I'm gonna take just like a little spoolie. This one is a JS7, but you can use whatever you want. Like I could use this Laura Lee one too. This one's just clean without as much product in it. And I use the Femme Couture Perfect Arch Clear Brow Gel. I honestly don't like this one. I wouldn't recommend it just because it goes on really liquidy. And I have found I almost have to like let it sit and dry down a little bit before I can fully put my brows where I want them to. It's like too liquidy initially and it won't hold them up and like fluff my brows at the top the way I want. But if I wait till it gets a little tacky and dried down, then I can rebrush them up and like press it against my skin, and they'll actually, you can see the difference, right, between this one that I pressed and laid and this one's just a little more all over the place right now. Hopefully you can tell the difference. So not my favorite, can't say I would recommend it, but that again is what I have and I'm using up. But it's, I don't know if you can tell, the tube is almost empty, so I'll be able to move on to something else that I hopefully like better in my collection. A little something like that. Now, I want this to last, y'all. So we're bringing in the big dogs, right? This is the Benefit Professional Super Setter. It is my #1 favorite setting spray for when I need my makeup to last. It is so good. It makes my makeup last the way like the Urban Decay makeup, like the All Night or whatever one is, but it's not like sticky hairspray feeling. Like you can't feel it on the skin and you don't feel like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like your face doesn't feel like stuck in place. You can still express your face and not feel like you have hairspray on your face. So I'm going to cover my eyes so that my mascara doesn't run. Since I did that, I probably should have done this first, but didn't think about it. It is one of the finest mists I have ever felt on a component. Love it so much. And not only does it make my makeup last, but it really does like melt everything together. So if anything started looking a little cakey or powdery, that's taken care of. And I'm gonna again keep it neutral for the lips. I'm gonna use one of my favorite combos here, the Melt All Day Everyday Ultra Matte Lip Liner. This one's in shade Headbang, and then paired with the Laura Lee Los Angeles liquid lipstick in Spicy Pink. This still is my favorite applicator of any liquid lipstick brand I have ever tried, because hopefully you can see of this indent. Like the applicator, the doe foot doesn't just angle, it goes like this. Like there's a little divot there, and the way it is shaped makes it so that it really hugs the lip completely. You dip in one time, that's it, and you are good, and this will stay. Like usually even after I eat and drink, this stays through a meal. Maybe if you have 2 meals you have to reapply, but it's really good. All right, so I am gonna go do something with this hair because I am not just gonna leave it in a claw for the baby shower, and I will be back to show you the final look. All right, and here is the final look, guys. I love making my hair a bit curly like this. It just gives me so much more volume, and I think it frames my face a lot better than my naturally very straight hair. So here it is. What do we think? I really like it. I think it's gonna be great. We're gonna have a great time. I am ready to go to the shower. Thanks so much if you hung out with me today, if you made it all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye.